I kind of give you a little perspective of the location of the house, which is right there. So you'll see the location right there. What is my camera just gonna die right now? That's interesting. Huh. I just changed the batteries in this camera. I see the gauge going up. Is that you or? Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Eerie Explorations. Tonight I'm gonna investigate this little tiny house out in by some large expansive farms. It appears this house has been abandoned for quite some time now. Just wanted to come out and check it out and see what I can come up with. And you're coming along with, so here we go. So right now I'm just gonna run a K2 meter sweep, and then see if we get any readings in here, and then we'll just go from there, and then maybe run a night vision sweep. So here we go. All right, is everybody here with me right now? If so, there's a gauge in my left hand, and it's not gonna harm you. And I'm asking you to communicate with me, and if you're here and make this gauge go up. Oh, it's kind of dusty in here. Now I do see the gauge is spiked just a little. Was that you? If that was you, make that gauge go up one more time. That gauge spiked. Was that you? I don't know if it's a bird, but I'm hearing some noises kind of at the other end of the house here. This house is small. I do want to remain as inconspicuous as I can. So I don't know how long I'll be going with the regular light. Most of this investigation will be in night vision. So we'll see how that goes. Anybody here right now with me? If so, make this gauge go up. Let's go and test to see if there's any electricity going on in this stuff. Anybody here? I got a little spike out in the other room. So, what I think I'm gonna do, is my camera just gonna die right now? That's interesting. Huh. I just changed the batteries in this camera. All right, so I'm gonna have to use my other camera. Apparently my main camera has reached its capacity on memory, so that was really dumb of me not to check and clear off some of that other files. But here we go. I'm gonna go and continue with the other camera that I have. We're not going to do a night vision. This camera does not have night vision. So we're going to just continue to do a sweep of the house, see if I can come in contact with anything, and we'll go from there. Let's see here. So if you're here, please give me a sign of your presence. This device isn't going to harm you at all. It's just here for you to help me communicate with you. If you're here, make this gauge go up. You were talking to me or communicating with me over here on over in this little corner right here. Can you do that again? Can you touch this gauge again? This lighting doesn't allow me to see it with it. Are you here right now with me? If so, touch this gauge. If you're here, touch this gauge. I am just trying to communicate with you, trying to, learn a little bit more about if anything happened to you here. Maybe learn what happened to you, what transpired. I tell you what, if you don't want to use this device to communicate with me, then knock on the wall if you're here. Give me one knock if you're here. Yeah, it's another location where I should have wore a mask. Actually, the mask is in the car. I should have grabbed that and dumb me. I don't know how much longer I want to be here. If I'm not going to get any readings, if you're not going to give me any kind of sign that you're here, then I guess there's no reason for me to be here anymore. So if you can reach out and touch this gauge in my left hand, as I mentioned, it's not going to harm you. Do you think you can do that for me? It went off right here. Are you in this area right now? Can you make it go up again? As I mentioned, if you don't want to communicate with me using, this device in my left hand, at least knock on the wall. Could you tap on the wall? Maybe move something? There's that cup down there. Move that cup for me. I guess there's really no need for me to stick around. I don't sense any paranormal activity here. You're not giving me any signs of paranormal activity. It did move just a second. Let me see if it's something to do with my camera. Okay, so did you just make that gauge go up? If so, I see it went up 3. Are you here right now? I see the gauge going up. Is that you or? Oh, thank you. Okay, we're talking now. Are you here? Is there somebody here with me right now? Trust me, I'm very nice. One of the nicest people you're going to meet. I won't do anything harmful to you. I'm just trying to communicate with you. So if this is you, can you make this gauge go up one more time for me? Can you do that one more time for me? Okay, so it went to green. Okay, so I have your attention, okay? So I want you to stay focused. There is a cup, a styrofoam cup sitting right there. Would you be willing to use that extra power that you may have and move that cup for me? If you move that cup, I'll respect you and leave your property and I'll go, okay? Like move that cup towards me. I just want you to move that cup for me. Just give it a little move. You don't have to move it like too much, but just any kind of show a sign that you're, that you're physically, or you're spiritually here, that you can move physical items. Will you please do that for me? Okay, there's that cup. I stood it up right there. So it might be easier for you just to knock it over. You think you can knock that cup over for me? Either knock that cup over, knock on the wall, maybe tap on the glass or the window. Will you do that for me? I will tell you guys, just a heads up, there is absolutely no breeze going on in this house at all. It's very still. So if this cup moves, it's not going to be due to like any wind gusts. I tell you, I'll make a deal with you. You flip that cup over, or kick it over, or knock it over, and then I will leave this property. The other thing I'm going to do is and there's that gauge. I put that gauge right next to that cup. So if you like to influence that gauge to go up, or maybe knock that cup over, that would be greatly appreciated. I will be very thankful for you. If you're here, make that gauge go up, or knock that cup over. All right, I'm gonna keep this static, keep pointing at the... So I'm walking around, I'm not even facing you at all. I can't see that at all. So if you feel more comfortable now, touching that gauge or kicking over that cup, that would be great. I don't see you right now. I'll let you do it in your own comfort, in your own privacy. See there's that gauge right there on the left and the cup right here. My guess is this used to be a child's room. There's like these plastic stars. I used to have plastic stars on my wall when I was a younger one, but see these little plastic stars on here, like glow in the dark. Very cool. Okay, so I'm gonna be here about another 3 minutes and I'm gonna wrap up, okay? So I'm giving you 3 minutes to just, give me a sign of your presence. That's all I'm asking. That little gauge right there is not gonna harm you. If you just, as you've done before, it's there to let me know that you're here with me and that you're trying to communicate with me. So if you could just go down here, touch that gauge, and or knock over that cup. I leave, you have a good night, I have a good night, that's how the night ends. So there's a device right here. I want you to use it to communicate with me as well. If you don't want to touch that gauge. So are you here with me right now and you don't want to touch that gauge? So did you pass away in this house? If you passed away in this house, how did you pass away, if you don't mind me asking? Did you just say my name? Oh, yeah, you got my name right. So if you're here with me, speak into this device. Let me know that you're, let me know what's going on. Like, did I just hear you say something about a house? Are you in the house with me right now? If you're in the house with me, then instead of as part of like saying that you're in the house with me, also knock over that cup or make that K2 meter, that device on the left of that cup, make that turn a different color. So lastly, before I leave, if you want me to leave, knock that cup over or tell me to leave in this device. Okay, I'm going to go and end that session, that microphonic app session. Thank you for communicating with me. If you were really here and communicating with this device, I appreciate it. Okay, I am going to go and wrap this up. Okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this session. I probably will return some other night and do a night vision sweep and see if I can try to communicate using the night vision sweep. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and exit. All right, so I'm going to make my way back to the vehicle. I kind of give you a little perspective of the location of the house, which is right there. So you'll see the location right there. And then just walking out here and head back to my vehicle. So if this makes the video, this little segment, I just want to let you know that thanks for tuning in into this specific episode. I really appreciate it. We really do appreciate the support. The channel's, it's growing. I mean, it's not a fast growing channel, but we're getting there. So my goal is to continue to, explore and investigate new locations, preferably named locations, but right now there's a lot of stuff going on that's preventing us from, expanding our location calendar, basically. But eventually it's going to get there, and when it does, I'm going to say that you're going to be thankful for that.